Hi, my name is Alex Kwachansky. Please call me Alex. I have been analyzing business fraud and watching it happen for my entire career, and that spans over 40 years at this point. I began teaching it in 1991. That was 10 years before Enron made business fraud a household topic. What I learned came out of the first 10 years of my life being in public accounting, as well as working in company turnarounds. I didn't have any formal accounting training, but I learned it along the way. I also learned that clients, when they got to like you, would tell you things that they wouldn't normally tell the partners. I don't know why they did, but I noticed this on a continuing trend. And I was fascinated by the different tricks and games that they would play to both cheat their partners, cheat their companies, perhaps cheat their lenders, and of course, cheat the government. But I never said a word, of course, because I think nobody actually wanted to hear my opinion anyway, because I was just a low level staff and I wasn't a partner. And when you're an accountant, the client is more important than your staff. So I continued to just be fascinated with the subject, but never said anything. Yet over the years, different accountants would give me their private, silent, and never to be revealed fraud examinations that I would report only to them and not to a manager if I had one or a supervisor if I had one. In fact, I wasn't even allowed to tell people of what I was working on. With enough experience, I began to realize this was a normal occurrence. Nobody talked about it. This was a side of business nobody discussed, except very quietly in hushed tones, only among the people they really knew. Along the way, I also got involved in turnarounds of companies that were in trouble. When you go from public accounting to turnarounds, you begin to see what a client or the company executives know that the accountants really don't know, and it rather shocked me. I began teaching as a hobby through UCLA's Business Extension School, but I taught courses that I designed based on company management, knowing the dark side and intoning the dark side into all the course material. In other words, this is what is supposed to happen, but generally this is what ends up happening because of these reasons. So it was a cautionary course. And they called me in 1991 and said, well, we have a fraud auditing course. Are you interested in taking it over? And when I looked at it, I realized that it was only about bookkeeping fraud. From all my years of experience, which at that point was almost 20, I realized that bookkeepers could steal very small amounts of money and generally get caught. It was the executives and senior people who were able to really do the damage. So I took over the course and I began to think of all the work, all the assignments, all the experiences, all the people I had met over more than 20 years, and came up with a course based on what I called successful fraud. The reason it was successful was that even if they got caught, they didn't get prosecuted, they didn't get sued. I will discuss this in later videos. So I just wanted to introduce myself and we'll continue on with the next one very shortly.